Hi, my name is Mike Conley of East Bay Property Management, and we're going to take several minutes in this video to share the eviction process in the Bay Area, how it works. There's basically 4 steps in any Bay Area eviction. And step 1 is that you have to have a valid reason to begin the eviction process with your tenant. And the reasons fall in 2 categories. Number 1, the most obvious, is the fact that your tenant is not paying rent. So, for instance, we manage 500 houses here in the East Bay, and every month our rents are due on the 1st, late after 5 o'clock on the 2nd. And we have anywhere from 5 to 10 tenants each month that don't pay their rent on time. So we reach out to them on the 3rd, but by the 4th, if they still haven't paid rent, we're filing what's called a 3-day notice. And that 3-day notice gives them 3 business days to pay the rent in full, or we're taking it to the 2nd step. Now, you also can file a notice if the tenant has violated a part of their lease. They're paying their rent on time, but let's say they've snuck in a roommate or 2, or snuck in a pet, or causing noise at night that are bothering the neighbors. These are all lease violations, and you can file what's called a notice to correct the lease violation, or they must vacate the premises. They have 3 days to make the correction or vacate. Both of these forms, by the way, 3-day notices, are available on my website. So if you file these notices and they still have not either paid the rent or corrected the violation, you're ready to move to step 2. And step 2 is contacting an eviction attorney. Now, the eviction attorney is going to file what's called an unlawful detainer. It's a fancy name for a lawsuit, and it's a lawsuit, eviction lawsuit. And the attorney we recommend is a gentleman named Todd Rothbart. He has about 12 attorneys working in his office. They do nothing but evictions here in the Bay Area. They're out of Santa Clara. And here's the number that you should put in your cell phone: 408-244-4200. This unlawful detainer is going to cost you about $1,000. They're going to ask for 2 things: the copy of the lease, if you have it, and the 3-day notice that you posted on the tenant's door and mailed them and emailed them. They want to make sure that that's been filled out correctly. And if it has, then what they're going to do is file the unlawful detainer and get up before the judge in a court hearing. That's step number 3, usually within 3 to 4 weeks of filing the unlawful detainer. It doesn't take long here in the Bay Area. And 90% chance that the tenant will not show up for it because they have no leg to stand on. So the judge will find victory for you. They'll give your attorney what's called a writ of possession, and then your attorney will take that immediately over to the sheriff's office at the county offices, and that's step number 4, the sheriff lockout. So that's going to cost about $120, and what the sheriff will do is post a 5-day notice on the tenant's door giving them 5 days to vacate, and if they don't, then the sheriff can physically remove the tenant and their belongings. So if it all works properly, from the time that your tenant was delinquent on their rent, they're out of the house in 30 to 40 days. Meanwhile, you've got a 1 month's deposit. That's why you don't want to hesitate on the eviction process. So if you have any questions at all regarding the eviction process, you want to contact me. One final word is that the credit score is the number 1 criteria in selecting a tenant. When you have a good credit score, and I'm talking 680 or higher, the chances of an eviction almost go down to 0, because an eviction just crushes one's credit. It stays on a tenant's credit score for 7 years, and just decimates their credit. So anybody with a good credit score is not going to jeopardize having that happen. If you have any questions at all, please give me a call. And also I want to mention that I offer 2 seminars every 90 days. The first seminar is entitled The 12 Basics of Property Management. It's for self-managing landlords that want to continue to try to manage the property correctly themselves. And here in this seminar, it's a 2-hour seminar, I'll share with you all my strategies, my tips, my tools, my forms, my lease. And that's always on a Saturday morning, and you'll be joined by 80 to 100 other landlords. And then my second seminar is entitled, Should I Hold, Sell, or Exchange My Rental? And that's kind of a real estate investment 101. That's also held on a Saturday. That seminar is free. I provide brunch at both seminars, so to RSVP for the next seminar, you can either call or text me at 510-996-3238. Thanks for watching.